Someday, when I'm awfully low. Coming to you live, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyle. Today I'm going to teach you how to play The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra and other people. Before I continue, please remember to like this video if you find it enjoyable and helpful, and subscribe to my channel if you feel so inclined. Now, this song is not easy, okay? Just like most of the songs from back in the day, they use a lot of chord progressions, a lot of interesting sevenths and sixths and 13ths and crazy stuff. So for you beginners out there, this is going to be a tough video. That doesn't mean you can't try it. In fact, sometimes I encourage beginner students to have a song that they're working on that's really advanced and just work on it for months while working on their other stuff. But if you aren't ready for that, then maybe go find a different song. Go check out my channel. I have tons of songs to learn. So but yeah, this is an advanced song. I'm going to teach it to you with a capo on the first fret. The Frank Sinatra version that I know is an E flat. We're going to do it using D chords. There is a key change towards the end, but I'm going to show it to you in D. So the intro is going to be just like the first line of the verse, and it's going to start on a D major 7 chord. Before I show you the chords, let me explain. I'm going to do this with my fingers. I like to add a little bit of percussion throughout the song, and I like the freedom of picking with the fingers. I'm a little more confident, comfortable that way. You could do it with a pick. If I was going to do it with a pick, let me just show you real quick. I'd probably do a pattern like down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Something very mellow and easy. Someday. And you can just strum it like that the whole song. Now for finger picking, the pattern I usually do would be... So there's a lot of like kind of that kind of picking and muting motion. To keep things really simple, you could just go pluck, slap, pluck, slap, pluck, slap, pluck, slap, pluck, slap, pluck. When I say pluck, I'm usually using just these 4 fingers and using them on the strings where they're most needed. So with the D, with the first chord, these 4, then with the B minor, maybe taking it up to these ones. Sometimes I'll add the pinky in there. E minor, maybe these ones, and then the A here. Someday. Right? It's all about when you find a difficult song like this that you're struggling with, sometimes you just got to find ways to simplify it. Watch what the advanced version, the more difficult version is, and just kind of trim it back a little bit. That's kind of the best way to approach it until you're ready to do it the harder way. Or you can just work and work and work and work until you get it the hard way. That's a good way to learn as well. Okay, so now that we know our pattern, pluck, pluck. Right, you'll see me add to that. I'll be... Don't worry too much about that stuff. Just focus on pluck, slap, pluck. Pluck, slap, pluck. Pluck, slap, pluck. Starting on a D major 7. It's like a D major, but we're just going to bar these 3 strings with this finger. Gives it that jazzy vibe. Someday. Then we're going to a B minor, which I like to do as a B minor 7 a lot, which is just to remove the pinky. This is a bar chord. It's like an A minor, sided up 2, and bar. Take the pinky off to make it a minor 7. Not really hitting the E string here, just these 5 down here. Then we're going to an E minor. You can just play that the classic old school way. Basic. And then going to an A7. So that's like an A chord, but with no note played on the G string. So taking that off. And I just end up doing it like that. So altogether, that first line. Someday. When I slap, I'm mostly getting my sound from the thumb there, by the way. Don't let your fingers go. Right, you'll slow yourself down. You want to be Slapping with that hand in position. If you don't know how to finger pick properly, please go watch my How to Finger Pick Properly video. It's going to help you. You want to keep this position. If your hands keep opening up, you're not going to be able to play this song. You need to keep that constant, I call it the ping pong paddle grip. Keep it constant the whole time. After that next line, we're moving on to an F sharp minor, which is a bar chord like the E minor, but up 2 with a bar down. You can make it a minor 7 by taking the pinky off, if you want to make it a little more interesting. And then we've got a B7 chord, which is like a B minor 7, but we need to get this note up to here. We need to get it up 1 fret, which means you put the pinky down and take this one off. Then we go back to E minor, back to A7, back to D major 7, and then we do a normal D, E minor, A7, and D major 7. All over the place, I know. So let's play that verse. Let's go slow. Someday. Up to the F sharp minor 7, B7, E minor, and back to the intro. Okay? Whew, that's a doozy. Now, it does that every verse, so thankfully we don't have to learn too much more for the verse. Now, there is the little bridge, chorus, pre-chorus thing, and this gets even more challenging. Okay, this is where the chords get really crazy. So we start on an F major 7. I play it like this. It's only these 4 strings. How I get there is I'll just kind of get these 3 down first and then toss the pinky on. There's probably other ways to play this F major 7. There are, but I really like to have that bass note in there, and this is the only comfortable way that I know of. That's the F major 7 with each word. Then we go up to an F sharp diminished, which is like an F sharp major chord if you know your bar chords, but you need to slide this finger over and this finger over. So it gets like that. Okay, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd and 4th. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. This is all relative to the capo, by the way. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, back to 2nd. Just those 4 strings. Then we go up to an G minor 7, and then we've got a C7, and you really should try to add that flat 9 in there if you can, if you want to get crazy. Then we go up to an A minor 7, which you can play here. But I like to play it here because it walks down a little easier. Come down to an A flat diminished or G sharp diminished. Back to a G minor 7. And C7. Okay, that's the first 2 lines of the bridge. I know this is crazy. Go slow here. Back up to A minor 7. Then we've got a D7, which you could play here or here. I like to do it here just because at this point I'm in bar chord mode and I'm pretty close. And that love. Down to G minor 7. Wrinkles your nose. C7. Back to F major 7. Up to F sharp diminished. Down to E minor. And A7. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's walk through that slow with some of the vocals. I don't sing it too much because I don't want the video to be taken down or striked or anything for copyright. So, with each word. Up to A minor 7. Down to G sharp diminished. G minor 7. Back to C7, back up, and then down to F major 7, F sharp diminished, E minor, A7, and back to the verse. Lovely. Wow, there is a key change at the end. I wouldn't stress about it, but if you really want to do it, all the chords you just did, you got to take up a half step at the end. Okay, so instead of playing a D major 7 here, you'll have to play an E flat major 7 here. Now, if you've been playing your D major 7 like this the whole time, it's easy to just take it up a half step. But you got your E flat, then your C minor 7, F minor, sliding up. Everything you played, you're going to want to take it up a half step. Now, understanding your bar chords there is going to be crucial. I'm not going to go into that just because I think it's going to be overwhelming, but that's the song. Very advanced, very difficult. If you can play it, I commend you. If you can play it and sing it, cheers to you. Cheers to you. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, you can just leave a comment. I will respond. I respond to almost every single one of my comments, and I'd be happy to help you out if I can. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Lovely.